Visualization is a common technique used by riders to walk themselves through a specific dressage test or hunter jumper course. And basically, they're asked to think about and imagine every step their horse will take to lead them to expect what might happen, maybe course correct on the way, and visualize a really great test or round. But what if equestrians use the visualization technique beyond in the saddle for a specific course or test? What if they use visualization to help them meet their goals? Now, here's the catch. Visualization will not work alone. There must be aligned action for visualization to work. Welcome to another episode of Yoga for the Barn Owl presented by Callebaut Yoga. I'm your host, Makayla. I have used visualization for the past 4 years in my personal life, and for me, I use it as a stepping stone off of my meditation practice. And I visualize my life, I visualize my time with my horse Bo, and what I want to achieve out of these things. Now, I know, as well as others that talk about visualization or manifestation, whatever you want to call it, is that these things don't work on their own. You have to have aligned action. Essentially, you have to act as she would before you become her, or act as the person you want to be before you can become them. It's setting in place those habits, rituals, and routines that allow you to become and flourish into this higher version of yourself. That's where equestrians can really use visualization to change their equestrian life. This is because visualization allows you to hold the vision, to hold the goal, to keep coming back to what they want to achieve. So often in and out of the saddle, people will create goals and then it gets forgotten. It gets shoved in a drawer or on a weird document somewhere on our computer, and we just don't look at it again. And so then when the end of the year rolls around, like we are right now, we're going, well, what was our goal? What did we want to achieve? Were we even close to achieving our goals? So visualization acts as a way to keep coming back to these goals so that it's not forgotten, or in other words, set in a drawer and then eventually you come across it maybe a year or two later. So visualization tends to be a daily practice, but maybe you don't have time for a daily practice. So maybe instead it's a weekly practice, and you can use visualization for who you want to be as an equestrian while you're planning out your week. Maybe you're someone that plans their rides or what they're doing with their horse. Maybe you're a trainer and you're visualizing the lessons you want to teach and what the outcome of these lessons will be. Maybe as a program, you're currently focusing on one specific thing and you're teaching it across the board. So visualization can be used whether you're a trainer or you're a client or a rider at your own facility. This is because visualization grounds you in the new version of yourself. Repeatedly coming back to this version of you makes it more believable. It teaches your brain that that's familiar and therefore comfortable, because our brain is set up, and it's primal instincts here, but our brain is set up to take the easy road, to do what keeps us safe. So anything that's even remotely uncomfortable, our brain is going to go, no, don't do it. So by coming back to this vision of this new self, it becomes more familiar. And so for your brain, that means it's more comforting. It's safer because it's not as threatening when it's something that's familiar and normal and to be expected by the brain. This is why visualization helps you handle the discomfort, because not only are you maybe in your visualization acknowledging what you need to do to get from point A to point B, but you're also acknowledging that with that discomfort or with that progress, you're going to get to the end result. So it helps you in those moments enjoy the journey more instead of going, oh, I just wish I was at the destination. Because really, I think people get so caught up in the destinations of their goals that they forget the journey. So something that can be really powerful to add to your visualization technique is not only the end goal, but also the things that you're going to do in the immediate future to get yourself there. And this is where there's a caveat, because You might not know all the steps you need to take to get from point A to point B, but you may know the steps that you're going to take today or in the next week. And these steps can be tiny, minuscule steps, but nonetheless, they're getting you where you want to go. And this is where visualization can be so powerful as a rider and an equestrian, because it's taking you out of the saddle, or out of this idea of needing to work in the saddle, and instead it's a mindset thing. You're working on your mindset of, I can achieve my goals. I am capable of creating change. I am enough. That's the power of visualization as an equestrian. So for those of you listening or watching at home, what is it that you want to achieve? What are the steps that you can identify today that you need to take to get yourself there? What are the little tiny changes you can make? How can you craft a story, a narrative, a visualization experience that you can come back to? Maybe this looks like actually typing out your visualization and really moving through the process. So I'll give you an example. For me, I'm working on building this business. I'm working on building Callebaut Yoga into a community. So for me, my visualization looks like getting on a live Zoom call with participants and saying, hello, today we're going to discuss. And I sometimes just leave it blank of whatever is going to happen, whatever is going to come out of creating a community is going to come. Like, those are the things I don't know yet. But the idea is I'm in a position of hosting to an audience, of talking to people and truly making an impact and getting to interact with equestrians that I don't know from my past. Instead, it's equestrians that I'm helping. Instead, it's equestrians that I'm helping build connection with their horse. It's equestrians that I'm coaching, and it's bringing yoga and psychology and horses together, which I love to talk about, but that's what my visualization wraps around. It's not the specifics of, I'm going to send out 5 emails today, I'm going to reach out to these 3 barns, I'm going to do this for content. No, it's me going through the daily actions of opening up my computer and seeing the emails flood in of, this person has chosen to take part in your webinar, in your workshop, and it's seeing these numbers of people, this abundance of people coming to learn, to grow with each other. That's what my visualization includes. So for you, it might look different. It might not be a business base. It might be solely an equestrian-based lifestyle. Maybe instead you're looking to call more peace into your equestrian lifestyle. So you're noticing and you're visualizing yourself slowing down in the barn. You're moving with intention. You're connecting with your horse more. And that's what your visualization is about. It's not about all the steps you're going to take to get there, but it's the tiny little changes of you're moving slower, you're moving with more intention that you're really calling upon in that visualization. So I hope this episode has inspired you to change your own narrative and craft your own story to allow you to visualize the future that you want to have, while also taking into account the little tiny things you can do today. And maybe you are someone who's already acting in alignment, and this visualization process will just help you hold the vision when the motivation seeps away and is needed to be replaced by discipline. I would love to hear what your goals are and what you're visualizing, what your process is. So leave it in a comment down below. And thank you so much for watching. If you're looking for more, visit callebautyoga.com and subscribe to the email list. This is where you'll get all the first information, VIP access to everything I'm creating, including workshops, courses, webinar series. Beyond that, you're the group that I go to saying, hey, I have these 2 ideas. What sounds better to you? What do you want from an equestrian life coach like me? I hope to hear from you soon, and have a great rest of your day.